You don't miss them. You miss the emotional addiction, and that's why you keep confusing suffering with love. That message they sent, that attention, that emotional high. That moment they came back, your brain calls it love, but addiction also creates highs. That is your first truth. Intensity is not intimacy. Most people don't fall in love. They become emotionally dependent. And dependency feels powerful because it makes someone feel necessary for your emotional survival. That's why toxic relationships feel impossible to leave. Not because they are healthy, but because they manipulate your nervous system. One moment, attention, the next, distance. One moment, love, the next, silence. And your brain becomes addicted to the uncertainty. That is your second truth. You are not attached to the person. You are attached to the emotional pattern. Because stable love feels calm, but emotional addiction feels intense. And many people choose intensity because peace feels unfamiliar. That's why some people say, "I've never felt this way before." And what they actually mean is, "I've never been this emotionally unstable before." That is the part nobody wants to admit. You call it passion, but real passion does not destroy your nervous system. You call it love, but love does not keep you anxious all day. You call it connection, but connection should not feel like emotional withdrawal. That is your third truth. If someone gives you peace and your first reaction is boredom, you are not ready for healthy love. Because healthy love forces you to face yourself. No chaos, no emotional roller coaster, no constant stimulation. And suddenly, you are left alone with your own emptiness. That's why many people return to toxic relationships. Not because they were happy, but because chaos distracted them from themselves. That is your fourth truth. Some people don't fear toxic love. They fear the silence that comes after it. Look at your patterns honestly. How many times did you confuse attention for love, neediness for connection, obsession for chemistry? Because emotional addiction always feels urgent. Healthy love does not beg, does not manipulate, does not disappear to create value, does not make you feel unsafe. But emotionally addicted people often reject healthy partners because stability feels empty when your nervous system is trained for chaos. That is your fifth truth. Your nervous system can become addicted to emotional pain. And until you heal that, you will keep calling suffering love. So what changes now? You stop romanticizing inconsistency. You stop chasing emotional highs. You stop rewarding people for confusing you. You stop asking, do they love me? And start asking, why does instability feel attractive to me? That question changes everything. Because real love is not emotional addiction. Real love feels safe, stable, honest. And for many people, that feels unfamiliar. Want more truths like this? Subscribe now. Most people avoid hearing them. Because most people would rather stay emotionally addicted than face what they are actually attached to. In the next episode, we'll expose why some people confuse being busy with actually moving forward. This channel isn't here to motivate you. It's here to help you see differently. And people who see things differently don't watch once, they stay.